Hello and welcome to an overview of the Twitch channel point system, a point system that just released earlier last week, I believe. I figure I'm constantly fielding questions from my own chat about what they are, seeing as I'm one of the channels that have them. So I figured if I'm having questions, maybe you have questions too. So I should preface this by saying it's a beta system, which means I'm not 100% sure about everything, but I'm going to tell you what I know, what I've researched, and maybe if you have any information that you can fill me in with, I will add it to the video or I'll add it to the description. But I'm going to share with you my experiences and we'll go from there. So, if you're looking for a specific topic on this, I'm going to have a little fly in over here. If I point to the right side of the screen, that'll tell you where the timestamps are of what you're looking for. So, if you're here for a specific reason, go ahead, find your timestamp. It'll also be in the description below because obviously you can't click the video. So, there's your topics. So, first off, what is it? The channel point system was just recently launched into beta, so it's not a full release yet. But if you're familiar with any of the chatbot systems, or if you're familiar with some of the other streaming platforms, you've probably seen a system like this where you get points for viewership in some way, shape, or form. And that allows you to interact either with the stream or interact in a way that lets you spend your points that you don't have to buy. So this isn't like a sub to the channel where you have to pay for anything. This is a passive point system that you get just by being in the chat or doing certain things that I'll go over in a little bit for how you get them. So there's nothing necessarily that you have to do to get them. You just have to be in a channel with them. And it's a beta system, so this all could change, and all of this could be completely irrelevant whenever they release the full system. But it is a beta moving forward to probably replace some of those systems that other chatbots or other platforms have. So, where can you find channel points? If you look down at the bottom of the chat, you will see a small icon, kind of like this one. It may be customized for the channel that you're in because the streamer has the option to change what it looks like. That is where the channel points will always be located. There's no rotating spot for this. It's not like an extension that you see somewhere on the screen. It'll always be right there next to the settings, and if you have better Twitch TV, it'll be next to that emote button. The first time you interact with that button, it'll pop up a nice little window that you'll see right here, basically kind of giving you a little bit more of an insight into what the channel points are, and kind of give you a little bit of a preview into them. So I do know that on PC and mobile, they will both be right there on the mobile app. It'll obviously just be in the center at the bottom of your phone. I did have the question posed to me about where they are on console, because obviously you have the Twitch app on the console. I don't have an answer as to that. We tried working on figuring out where it was, and I don't know. It might not be pushed to consoles yet because console does have a mainline update system where obviously PC and mobile can update very quickly, but consoles have a system where they have to go through an approval process. So it may be something that pops up later. It may be something that won't show up until after the beta. But as of right now, I'm not 100% sure if they are located on console. It might just be a system that's not fully in place, or it might just be during the beta system they don't have that up and running. I'll update if either on screen or in the description if I find out if there is a place on console, but as of right now, don't believe console has channel points. So, who has channel points? Right now, it's a little bit hit or miss because it is a beta program. I know I personally requested to be in it because there was an email that went out allowing people to sign up as a request. I don't know if there was a given that some streamers were just automatically enrolled into it, if there were people that were enrolled into it before I am. Obviously, that's not information that's going to be public, but it is currently in a beta stage for the first month or so. I would imagine it looks like there is going to be a full rollout, probably, if I was to guess, October 15th or the day after, because once you click on the channel points down in the bottom and the getting started pop-up comes up, you'll notice that there's an asterisk at the bottom that says it will, or your points may be reset on October 15th, 2019. So I would imagine that's not there for no reason whatsoever. I'm going to guess that that is going to be their full rollout. or maybe a move up to a more widespread beta where they'll open up either more streamers, more options, or change the layout in a way that maybe they'll look at a second interaction program that'll change how you use your points. But it is currently a hit or miss. You can obviously talk to the streamer and see if they have it, but it should be pretty obvious when you come into the channel. It may take a second or two to load. I have noticed that it's not an immediate thing like some of the other chat items are, but if a broadcaster has it, it will be down there at the bottom. So, how do you get channel points exactly? That's the easy part. If you're simply watching a streamer who has channel points enabled, you will naturally get channel points. You'll see this little icon show up here on the bottom, and it will usually be a plus 10. If you are a sub, I believe it is plus 20. I don't know exactly the time frame. It looks like it's somewhere in the realm of 5 to 10 minutes. I haven't seen a way to change that, so as of right now, it doesn't look like there's an ability to change how much time it takes before you get your next influx of points. But it does seem to be in the realm of 10 to 20 points per 5 to 10 minutes of watching. How much that calculates out to, it depends on how much the streamer has set up on what the points cost or what the points get you. But there is a sub-non-sub split that we have noticed. At times you'll see this little green chest appear down here, and that is kind of a reward system. It doesn't tie into your watch time. It is a random interaction. I have noticed for now it does seem very common. It's another thing that you can't change at this moment in time of timing of when that shows up. But it is fairly common. I've had my phone set up and kind of watched, and it is a pretty consistent thing, almost the same timing as the normal watch payout. However, the watch payout will override the green chest. So the green chest is just you click on it, and I believe I've only seen it give out 30 points. I may not be lucky, and it's just I've only gotten the 30 points, but it does look like it's 30 points every time so far. That could change. That could eventually be something that you, as a streamer, can possibly update later. But as of right now in the beta, that does look like it is just a 30-point crate whenever you interact with it. If you don't interact with it, it doesn't seem like it goes away, but it definitely is. You don't get more unless you click on that. One thing that we've seen, but we're not entirely sure exactly how it works and the dynamics of it, but there is a watch streak, which does appear to be the more consistently you watch a streamer, like if you watch a streamer's Friday stream and they go live on Saturday, it does seem like you will get points for being a consistent viewer. I had a viewer tell me that they got 350 points. I know on my own account I've seen 750, so I don't know if it's a growth. If you watch Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, if you'll see an increase every day, or if it is something you'll get every day. That one I think we'll probably have to wait for Twitch unless somebody really sits and delves into that one. But I do know we've seen a 350, and I know we've seen a 750. So that kind of, I was originally going with a watch streak was going to be 350, and then seeing 750 blew that out of the water. There is a point there is points for following. It's kind of your unlock, your initial unlock. You'll see down here, it'll look like that. You get an immediate 300 points. It'll prompt you with something saying, choose an emote, or it'll prompt you with one of the little rewards that you can choose. I will admit I didn't spend money to sub to test this. I would imagine if there's points for following, I'm going to guess there's points for subbing. Please do let me know if you do know that subs do get you points. There is also points for raids. It'll look like this right up here whenever a streamer raids, and it'll tell you exactly how many points you will get. I've only seen 250. Obviously, I don't know, with not having much fluctuation in my viewer count, if that changes how many points you get. I would imagine it's probably going to be a flat point count that you will get for doing a raid, but maybe in the future we'll see the more viewers that you have raiding, the more points that they'll give out, kind of an incentive to make sure more people jump into the raids. But for now, I believe that is all we've found that give you points. So you have watching, you have your random bonuses with the green chest, you have the watch streaks, follows, subs, and raids. So the big question, what do they do for you? What are channel points, and why should you have them, and why should you care about them? channel points are a really unique way of kind of looks like bridging the gap. At least Twitch's default that they give you is a way of bridging the gap and kind of promoting a subscription. Obviously, a subscription, you have your tier 1, 2, and 3, and they unlock certain things with them. But the emotes and items you put behind a subscription are locked behind a paywall. So this will give you a way to kind of give your viewers that either can't or don't want to sub to you a possibility to unlock some of the items that you would normally only get through paying in a subscription. So this is your in-channel currency. So there's a couple of different things that come stock with channel points. There is the ability to unlock a random emote, which basically is a cheaper option to have the system pick a random emote for you. This will go through whichever emote amounts you have, pick a random one, and for 24 hours you will have the ability to use that emote. We have checked, and it is a platform-wide emote. You can go into any channel and use this emote. It's not just locked to that channel, which is a really, really interesting system because these are channel points that will allow you to unlock that emote on a platform-wide system. So you can take that emote and you can go into any other channel. So if you're a content creator, this is a great promo for you. You have unlock an emote that is not random. So this is typically a little bit more expensive, but it allows you to unlock an emote of your choice. So if there's a channel that you really like a certain emote for, you can go ahead and pay the channel currency and you can unlock a specific emote of your choice for 24 hours. These are both 24 hours. They don't last longer than that. And they will reset and you'll have to rebuy them either in the random or the specific pick. But they do allow you to use them wherever. There is the third one, which is a modify an emote, which before people panic, this doesn't affect your emotes permanently. This is just affecting the emote for that one person. You pay, you choose an emote that you want to modify. So this means that you have to have an unlocked emote. And this will allow you to modify with either sunglasses, monochrome, or flip it horizontal. So there's not a whole lot of options right now, but it does allow you to basically add or change the emote in some way, shape, or form that gives you a unique emote. So the sunglasses, it doesn't allow you to place them. It's just you have a sunglasses placed in a certain spot on the emote. It kind of looks like a deal with it type style sunglasses. Monochrome, so it'll just be black and white. So it'll just take the emote, drop out the color, and have zero saturation. And then there's flip horizontal, which just basically takes the emote and flips it the other way around. So that might not work for a lot of emotes. It might be something that doesn't really change it, or it could be an emote that works perfectly. And for people that have the hands or something like that, this could alleviate needing to have two hand emotes. Next, you have sending a message in sub mode, which obviously this is only pertinent if you use sub mode. You can't redeem this if you're not in sub mode, which stops basically people from losing points, which is kind of helpful so you don't have people coming back to you and asking for points back, because currently there's no way to do that, as far as I know. I have not seen a command or a way to give points yet. So basically this just allows a viewer that is not a sub to send a message through sub mode. So it lets them bypass without having to pay for a subscription or be gifted a subscription. It's a one-time message that they pay for. So this doesn't really just grant them the ability to just, go through and send a whole wall of text. It's just one message. Well, I mean, I should say they could probably send a wall of text in that one message, but that's different. And the last default is to highlight a message. And so this basically will allow you to, the viewer can go in, pay, type a message, and their message will be highlighted. So it's kind of like when they mention somebody and it goes red, except this is typically a different color, I believe, depending on dark or night or dark or light mode. It's either a purple or a dark gray. So it stands out to you. I will say right now, not all platforms will mimic this. So if you use a chatbot that you're looking at or something else besides Twitch's own in-chat system, you might not see these, you might miss them. So make sure you're knowledgeable about that if you have people that are using them. I have seen that OBS has updated and it does start showing these things. So if you're using the chat in OBS, there's no issue there. I don't know Streamlabs OBS. I would imagine they're on the same main line as OBS, so I would imagine they're probably in the same boat and they can probably see these messages and how they work now. What else they can do for you is up to the streamer. This is basically then moves into all of your other chatbot systems or other currency systems from any other program. You have the ability to basically make it do whatever you want. The defaults just are inbred into Twitch, that they're things that you normally can't do in any other way. There's no other chatbot or stream system that I've seen that allows you to do something like unlock emotes without paying or modifying emotes or something like that, as long if they're Twitch in emotes, not something external. Obviously, you have better Twitch TV where you can do stuff like that, but that's a different system, and it's not the ones behind your sub paywall. So basically, the other ones are more of your standard. You type in what somebody will get for it, and then you manually have to reward them. It doesn't look like there's a system in place just yet to allow you to have a system automatically do something for you. Maybe we'll see that past the beta if they partner with other companies or partner with other systems, and maybe that'll be kind of like an extension that we'll see in the future, and the ability to move beyond just setting an option and then having it so that you have to manually provide whatever you've said that they get. So, how do you change them? And what do you change? And what do you have the ability to change? So if you go into your creator dashboard and go down to the affiliate or partner settings, there's going to be a section for channel points. So the first thing that you'll see is the basic, do you want to enable channel points? This is just the basic pass through of turn them off or turn them on. If you have other systems that you want to use, that's fair, but you probably aren't watching this video if that's the case. The second one is to customize the points display, which is awesome that right off the bat we have the ability to change them. So in some of my demonstrations, you'll probably see down here that I've got something like a paw print for me. But it allows you to go in and actually upload images for what you want your actual point icon to be. So this icon down here, the little ball, you have the ability to go through and actually change that so it's not a ball, it's something else. I'm going to assume that's a ball. So you can put in something that represents your channel and it makes it a little bit more tied in so it fits in with your bits, your subs, things like that, and keeps the continuity in your channel. You also have the option to actually go through and change what you want them called. So they start as being called channel points. You can change it to whatever you want it to be. And the awesome thing is you'll see as soon as you upload your images and change your name, that'll instantly give you a preview of what that's going to look like. Don't make the same mistake that I did, and make sure you test in light and dark mode, because whether you are a dark or light mode user, there are people that use the others. Make sure that they can see them. I personally can tell you from experience, I made the mistake of uploading a very, very light emote or a light image, and it was almost invisible to anybody on light mode. So make sure you test between the two. This is going to be similar to when you upload emotes or something like that. You want to make sure that whatever you use is very obvious, because it doesn't come with a backing unless you give it a backing. It'll just place it exactly like you see down here, where it's just floating on the color behind. So you also have the ability to manage your rewards. So going in, you have the option to change the cost of each one of the default rewards that they give you. You can also enable or disable them. So it gives you the option to kind of change exactly what the default ones are, or if you don't want to use them, if you don't use sub mode, you don't want highlight message spam, anything like that, you can go in and actually change them, or you can make them very easy to access if you want your emotes to be very accessible for 24 hours, or if you want them to be, high up point values because you either do long streams a lot, or you want them to be a little bit more of a prestigious thing for people to unlock. It also gives you the ability to then go through and create a reward. So you can give things like a reward name, a description. You can require the viewer to enter text. So that's, if you're setting up a queue system, or if you're doing an AMA or anything like that, it then has a cost, and it has a reward icon. So you can upload icons for each of these individual things, which is a really nice touch that you can make things a little bit more diversified. You can, again, make this more custom tailored to your style and your channel. You can give it a background color, so it's that little highlight there, and then you can limit the redemptions per stream. So if you want it to be something that it's a one and done, or if you want it to be a consistent thing like an AMA, you can have it be that people can redeem as many as they want because you want to keep the AMA going. Or if you want a queue or something like that, and you don't want somebody to be able to put in their name multiple times, whatever it may be, you have that ability. And then on the side, it'll give you the ability to see exactly what it's going to look like when it pops up in the menu down here, when it comes up as a notification for when they first unlock it, and for the detailed view of what other people see once they've redeemed this. So that's the little in-chat messages that'll pop up and shows that somebody redeemed something, kind of like your promo for everybody else. So I don't believe there's a limit to how many of these you can create. So these are very open. They can be exactly whatever you want to be, as long as you can administer them in some way, shape, or form, because there is, at this moment in time, no way to actually make it do anything. It's not like where the emote one, where it unlocks an emote. There's no ability to kind of go in and toy with that kind of stuff that is inground into Twitch. It's just a surface system that then you can kind of add on to. So a lot of flexibility, a lot of changes that you can make to them if you don't want Twitch's defaults at all. If you want to keep your subscriptions, that prestigious level where it's only people that pay for them. If you don't want to allow people to chat in sub mode because you're afraid of spoilers or whatever, you have that ability, and you can change them on the fly. You don't have to have it be something set that when you first get it, you set it and then you can't change it ever again. You can change them as you go on in different streams. So if you're doing a first time playthrough, you can take away the talking in sub mode, or anything like that. Or if you're doing a night where you're promoting emote only mode, you can reduce the cost of getting an emote. So a lot of flexibility, and maybe we'll see more when the full rollout happens. So where do channel points go from here, and what does that mean for all of us? I think this is another good option for streamers to delve into and kind of integrate with their channel and create another unique environment. It looks like it is probably beta until maybe October 15th. I'm going to guesstimate on that one. But it means we're probably going to see something October 15th or October 16th, whatever that may be and however it may look, whether it's a larger rollout, whether it is a full system rollout, or whether we see it disappear for a little bit while they refine it. We don't know. But for now, you get a really impressive system to offer a new way to interact with your community, a new way to promo your community, especially with non-subs, because non-subs now have the ability to take an emote for 24 hours and go use it on other channels. It gives you a chance to kind of create a little bit more of a niche community where you have something in system that is attached to Twitch. You don't have to worry about certain systems where a chat bot might not be portable between computers if you have a laptop or an IRL setup or something like that, and you have to worry about whether your points are in the cloud or whether incentives or titles or things like that will carry over. Now, will we get to see something like titles in the future, so you can have somebody attach a title after their name or a different badge or something like that? Who knows? But for now, you have a really unique opportunity to branch out, get a little bit more of a unique niche to your community, and kind of build on any currency or any systems that you have in place to reward your viewers. Hopefully you found some of this useful. If you did, let me know. If you have anything that I got horribly wrong, or if you see any gaps that I might have missed, or you have any information about something that I wasn't sure of, please make sure to let me know. I will do my best to try to update this video in any way, shape, or form, whether it's a notation on the video, whether it's in the description, pinned comment, whatever it is, let me know. And if you came up with any unique ways to use the channel points, I'd love to hear them. Let me know, and thanks.